Hello, hello. We are live, our visionary entrepreneurs, life changers. How are you? Why, it's happy time, Monday time, right? Happy Monday. How many of you feel energetic and also with full momentum and also like unstoppable vision accompany you get into every Monday and every week, right? Every new day. Super excited. Today is our episode 110. Top 7 launch mistakes to avoid. I'm just curious to ask you, how many of you have like launched before? Comment under my video. Let me see. Okay, how many of you like experience and where are you like in your entrepreneurship or in your business journey, in your passion journey? How many successful projects? Can you remember how many launches you did before that are successful, right? And this is in your own definition about success. How many of that maybe you could also find maybe like a not so successful or like I felt like disappointed, frustrated. If you did not get many, by the way, if you did not get many of those frustration and you feel like a failures and disappointments, you are missing a lot actually, right? Why today I could share with you all this kind of a top seven. Actually, there could be many others, but I found after I review all this kind of a projects I launched, many of them were like disappointments and also like sounds like failures, right? But if you did not experience those, you could never find those big mistakes that you should avoid and also keep growing from that, from your mistakes and get learn from it. But you definitely can also avoid those mistakes, like learn from people experience, right? Other people's experiences, like especially those mentors and masters, they all will share with you their no time, their like mistakes, their failures as well. They will, of course, they are successful now, but they all went through their successes because they went through so many mistakes and also failures. Like Tony Robbins, I remember him mentioned like make more mistakes as fast as possible. Okay, it's just like that's why he emphasized take massive action. Whatever you have, take massive action, and so make mistakes as early as as early as possible. Okay, so mistake is not shames, and failures are not shames. Failures are not real shame, like a failure unless you give up. So failures are just like all those mistakes and fall downs and also like disappointments, frustrations, all those things that did not go well actually will become, someday you will realize, become our great assets. Like today, I could share with you all those mistakes, right? Including today, I'm still making some mistakes. For example, the Momentum Monday, right? This is even though it's just like every Monday, new momentum, new live events is for free. But I've been doing this like today, you know that is 110 episode. I'm still making some mistakes. I know that I should have already avoided. For example, if you take this as a mini launch, right? I launched it too late. And sometimes I launched it earlier if I get up great inspirations. And this week and yesterday, I do not want to find excuses, right? I was super busy and I did not get the best ideas. I was running quite some ideas through the weekend, but I still did not find the best one. Till this morning, right? Till this morning, I was thinking about, could be a great, actually last night, before I sleep, I was thinking, what should be the best topic and best from different angles, right? And right before I sleep, I found that one. But then this morning, I supposed to get up earlier to do all this kind of preparation. But I was quite tired yesterday, the whole day, many events, many like family events as well. So I was super tired. I could not get up in time this morning. Turned out I had to like create everything almost like last minute. So this is definitely a big mistake. I'm making it a mistake, okay? So normally, for example, if I prepare earlier, what should I do? I know what kind of mistake. Even I know what a mistake I should avoid. I should prepare at least like during the weekend. Create the topic, the thumbnail, how do you call that? The event post, the cover, right? The picture, and also prepare in my site like what kind of a specific content outlines I should cover, and then put it for example, create events in my group, right? Abundant Entrepreneurs group, and also in another big, huge group. I've been like paying and also become the experts and associated with them. And it's definitely a great marketing opportunity, right? Normally, if I post earlier, I could get dozens of people interested and maybe more people join my group. So sounds like a great, right? That will be a great preparation, but I made a mistake and I could not prepare earlier. So great lesson another time, right? So not the first time, but it's another time and learned. It's definitely, I will remember even more. So the next one will definitely be more proactive and think even more and force myself. Sometimes the ideas you need to force yourself. It's not like I'm already, I think I'm a quite creative person, right? My ideas sometimes it's like a very like a fresh, great creative ideas. But sometimes, right, you also get like an author stuck or block. And sometimes you want to get some ideas, but you could not. But you need to be more disciplined. Okay, force yourself to have the dedicated time to really, if you especially hold yourself accountable, like a commit. That's why now commit. This time I really learned the lesson. So I commit. I would get my idea at least by the end of Saturday, because you need to get any events, right? Like this is like small events, not big events. Big events I prepare earlier. This small weekly event I should prepare at least one day earlier to post it, to do the marketing, right, online, so that people get time to register in. And to get like I invite them to my Facebook group about the entrepreneurs, so that they will get this notice at least one day earlier and they can get in, right? So you need to give people a time. I learned this kind of a lesson quite a few times already, and it's definitely giving me more and more important discipline now. I need to like now put this kind of a discipline to myself. Saturday evening I should get it ready and put it online already, okay? And so this is for you. Okay, today actually about the 7-1, right? So I'm using this mini case to share with you, okay? Mistakes, we're still maybe making it, but we'll always learn from the lesson and become even better, okay? So I did do some great progress before. Like say we've already like now it's our 110 episodes, and I get 100 people on my new people into my group, and also now I get more followers on my YouTube and also Instagram. But definitely I have a big space, big potential to go, right? If I could learn all those mistakes and lessons. So now formally I want to share with you those 7 top launch mistakes and how should we avoid it. Definitely avoid them, okay? And it's avoidable, just like the lesson I'm learning, right? And definitely avoidable if I have more self-discipline, hold myself more accountable, like by Saturday, right, I would get better ready for this Monday. So the number one the number one is really exactly what I just made, the mini case, right? But for like bigger launches, you need to prepare even longer time and get ready. So that's why the number 1 mistake is like too long waiting, no determined deadline. For example, I already have every Monday momentum. That's what I've already been doing very well. Every Monday I've been showing up here like around 2 p.m. Eastern time, afternoon, right? 2 p.m. American Eastern time. Show up here to share a new topic. I've been doing this continuously, 110. So this part I did great. So I already have my determined deadline every Monday. Show up by 2 p.m. Eastern time. I'm booked on my calendar. So this part I did great. But the another destination is, maybe this should be counted to another mistake, but I could say this one. I should now put this deadline at this deadline as well. It's like by Saturday night before I go to sleep. This is my new deadline that I need to get everything ready, including the topic, the picture, the content, the marketing, everything, right? The events creation. I should get ready already, okay? And Monday morning, I normally do the posts. Now I think, initially I was thinking that, like this is kind of strategies, okay? Here we're also sharing about your best practice, the strategies. And the strategy is not always like initially it's the best strategy, right? You need practice. You need a test in the market and find where it's not good enough and keep optimizing it. So initially I thought like a Monday morning, if I share it, it's fresh. Everybody's like ready, right? Everybody's like checking, especially like morning time, checking their email, check the Facebook And if I share earlier, for example, Saturday and after Sunday, whatever, like people forget about it. So that's my original thinking. And now I'm thinking that if I create, for example, I should, the strategy could be improved. Like a Saturday evening, I could create events at least there, and give a pre-launching. Actually, that's a mistake, a later mistake I will share with you again. And so my new deadline is just like a Saturday night. I should give some people pre-announcement, right? Okay. So, but anyway, the deadline. The first mistake is definitely have a determined deadline for the launch, when you want to launch it, right? And so many people making a mistake. Majority of people making that mistake is like they said, oh, I will launch. For example, in now it's March, right? Some people may have the vision say, oh, I will launch maybe in May or June. And then, did you determine the deadline, the date, specific date, and also mark on your calendar. Make the date definite, like in Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill keeps saying definite. He loves that word, definite. Definite, for example, definite purpose, definite plan, definite whatever, like a determination. He used all this kind of definite. So that's why you need, because definite means specific, means determination. Okay, so make the decision already. So if you only think, oh, maybe May or June, then that's not really determination. Okay, and because if there's no deadline, no specific date, and put into a book, like appointment in your calendar, book on your calendar, then it's not a real like deadline. It's not a real determined thing. Okay, so then you could delay this and that, excuses, and then you may miss it. Okay, so now I'm putting a new deadline, like now instead of just Monday morning, right? So far I'm doing this well. Every Monday or afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern time, I'm showing up and give a new topic. I've been doing this great, but now I need to put it ahead, like by Saturday, what I should do, right? Specifically how to make this happen. I need to do what? Okay, so that's the deadline. You need to make decision. For now, think about, so you can implement this right away. So I could hold you accountable, by the way. Share in a comment and let us know what's the next launch you want to do, right? And what's the specific, for example, the name of the launch. At least think about the name now, and also find a date. Look at your calendar now to review from Monday to like Friday, if it's your work day, or even weekends, right, when you want to launch. And what specific day is the best one, and think about a view all other arrangements and which one is the best, and then and also what time. Okay, put the best time for you as well. And also think about, that's another strategy, think about the launch time. For example, as I know, some great strategies, right, people through the best practice is like normally people do not want to launch on Monday. Do you know why? Monday, but I only doing this for Momentum Monday. Monday everybody's super busy and everybody has their own agenda, so you do not want to use your thing to like how to say, distract them, or majority of the time you could not distract them. But why I'm using Momentum Monday? Because this one is just like Dean Grossase is also doing his he called Motivation Monday. Yeah, he called Motivation Monday, has been doing that for 3 years. I've been doing it over 2 years, almost the similar time. A little bit behind him. I'm not sure if like originally I was inspired by him or not. I think not. I was like brainstorming with Tony Robbins, coach. In our private coaching session, I was thinking about what kind of a new initiation I want to do, right? Eventually I thought about the Monday, Momentum Monday. So it's not directly learn or copy from Dean Grossase. But then I found later, oh wow, we are doing the same thing during Monday, and almost like he's a little bit ahead of me. But for this consistency, right, we've been doing it. So it's definitely great because you want to start Monday with some motivation or momentum, and to keep your community aligned and also connected. And except that, all other like real events, like a workshop or like a webinar, all those live events or masterclass, all those events, the best time they would say after Tuesday, right? Either could be Tuesday, but even ideally they said like Wednesday, Thursday will be perfect. And Friday, some people could do Friday, but then I just found Friday, unless you are doing 5-day challenge. Otherwise, Friday normally I do not want to arrange any like big events, because Friday people are ready for their weekends, right? Their mind is not here, even though they maybe attended, they are not serious to think, and then you do not have really follow-up time, right? So that's why normally the best time, like from statistics as well, I remember I searched online and learned from some masters as well, perfect time is Wednesday and Thursday. But also another side, okay, another side is like if everyone also knows like Wednesday, Thursday is good, so everybody's events will be on these 2 days, so it will be quite crowded unless you have topic very attractive, okay, and like irresistible topic. All right, so you need to think about it both way. You can also depend on your audience as well, your market. So you could explore, okay, explore and test. The market is the ultimate decision or the sayer, right? So let the market tell you. But you can try, okay? Test those days and we'll see. So that's our number one mistake, okay? Number one mistake is waiting too long and do not have a determined or destined date, okay? This is the first mistake you should avoid. That's like but it's also easy, right? To just practice this muscle, just overcome your hesitation or like not kind of all this kind of inner games, obstacles, not confident, everything, right? Put that deadline first there. Give yourself some like enough preparation time, and at least you will see that. But then once you put the date there, you need to commit to it, okay? Commit to it. Do not renegotiate with yourself. I know so many of us maybe have that kind of bad habits to renegotiate with ourselves, or we put something there we want, initially we want, right? And then we will find all these kind of negotiations or like excuses to talk to ourselves, right? Persuade ourselves. It's just like you have like both sides, your shoulders, right? The evil side, the great side, and the evil side, or not really evil side, the negative side, right? Will persuade the really positive, determined side. Oh, be sorry because of this and that excuses, so I could not do that, and then you give yourself all these kind of excuses and let it go, and then you will miss all these kind of goals and targets you set up. So here, the number one, super important, okay? Put a definite, determined deadline on your calendar and do not renegotiate, and do it. Okay, so the next one is connected with that one. The second mistake is to be perfectionist. I know maybe sometimes you feel like, oh, I could not avoid that, like it's just like I'm born to be like that. I'm perfectionist, I just want this and that to be fully good and like perfect like that, right? But this is exactly, some people use the excuse for the first mistake, so they miss their target, they miss their deadline. So don't be the perfectionist, even though you feel like you want it, you have to, or whatever, all this kind of impulse inside, like a natural impulse, you want to be perfect. Especially like you couldn't use another word, not just perfectionist, it's like a professionalism. That may be suitable for many of us, right? I remember because I worked 13 years in corporate, Fortune 100 company, international companies, right? You could think about that professionalism definitely inside of me. So I always have that kind of impulse to be professional, and sometimes I even judge other people if they are not professional, right? So you have that inner sabotage to yourself, and also like sometimes judgment for other people. But no, so far I know that through all these years, like 14 years of coaching, I've already been quite good at this side. But occasionally still have something, right? I can have that self-awareness. So this second mistake you definitely want to avoid, because when you have this kind of impulse or like how to say this trend, you want to wait, you want to hold yourself, you want to say, oh, this is not good enough, I need to do more on this part or that part. Especially at the beginning of our entrepreneurship, we make such a big mistake. For any like launch or program or whatever product, right, we want to launch, we feel like, oh, this part is not ready, we need to write down all those details about this program, this programs, like for how to fulfill. We fulfill before we sell anything of that. We fulfill to ourselves. We write down all these modules, and inside of each modules, what kind of content we should teach, and how to teach it, and we shoot videos like for ourselves, right? We do those presentations, we put every like PowerPoints like perfect, and we add those pictures, we add all those contents, dozens of slides of presentations, and months and sometimes even over a year, right? I know some people, I know some friends, they launch their, of course, like some are big projects, they need big like preparation, right? But they prepared years for some like they call it like a platform, social media. They want to create some like new innovation, like social media platform, right? It took years. I was quite concerned after like 14 years of my own coaching practice. I know that's not a good way. Okay, you hire, like they spend much money to hire engineers to develop some software platform, and they do all this good tests here and there, do all this kind of like a preparation back end for years. I was like, wow, did you even like let a few people to try it, to test it? Some real like give for free, right? For some real like potential customers to test on it. And everything, he's preparing everything in his own mind, his own learning experience. Like he's the architect and a master of it, but by his own. And he give those like engineers ideas on where to like he by himself is that tester and to do a QA everything. But that's not the right way, okay? And then later I told him. And now he's learning that lesson, because after his years of preparation, he launched it. Not a very big, huge like success, right? It's just like it's far from his targets, because he wasted so much time just like how to say, do all this work back end and by himself, and a few engineers who do not really understand the market as well, and he's dependent on his imagination, assumption. So that's definitely not the right way, okay? So if you are still making this mistake, you need to change your strategies, okay? The second mistake. So by the way, I'm sharing with you mistakes at the same time. I'm also sharing with you what's the strategy and also best practice. So when I actually personally also made all those mistakes at the beginning of my coaching industry, first few years. And then I learned from my teachers, some coaches, mentors, right, those masters. It's really like they focus more. They said 80% of your time and energy should focus on marketing, even though you are not fully ready, okay? 80%, only 20% you work on your systems, your offers, everything like back end, your content, right? These things you prepare 20% of the time. But then you just 80% time you should like being there doing marketing and test the market and get feedback, and then either change or adjust or optimize your strategies and your content, your offer, everything, okay? So that's really the key. And the more later, initially I remember, I thought, is that possible? Because I was still quite like hold my professionalism and want to be perfect. I want to prepare everything ready. Otherwise, I feel like I'm not ready. I'm not confident to share with anybody, right? So we all make that mistakes. If you're still in this stage, make sure that you need to change now. And this is tested already by all the successful ones. So you know that it's proven, it's working, and you need whatever you are still holding, right? You are like, oh, my professionalism, I just won't hold it. I could not, otherwise I dare not to like show up. You need to change, okay? You need to adapt to what is proven and successful ways, and ditch what is not working for you. If in your own way it's working successful, you do not need now learn all those mistakes now, right? If you are feeling that you can be definitely more successful, you can still like make it whatever you are practicing better. You can adapt to be open, right? Open-minded to adapt to those like Tony Robinson model those successful ones. That's the best like shortcut of success, he said. Sorry, some call. I need even though I know it's not a spam call, but I need end it and then maybe call it back later. I will put my sound like almost like a muted sound, okay? So now we're here. For this second mistake is just you need to change it, and I know need some practice time. Usually I was feeling very uncomfortable as well, but the more I practice it, the more I feel like, wow, this is the right way, okay? So definitely whatever idea, every great ideas you get, right, and you are not sure, do not do assume or assumption, right? Just share it in the market and test it and to see what's people's feedback, all right? Including our niche. All the niche, right? I learned all this with initially I make the niche mistakes, but then I learned from those masters. But you still need those. Even those masters give you feedback. I do not take their words just as the final words, right? You still need to test the market and to learn what's the best one for you. All right. So now the third mistake, no pre-launch. And the majority of people don't know that. What means pre-launch? It's not just like you put, for example, you put a deadline there, right? A deadline time, date, and you go there to launch. Do not just wait till that time to launch, okay? You need definitely have a pre-launch. This is a big mistake I made. Let's say pre-launch. You can prepare the audience curiosity. It's just like I mentioned earlier, right? I should not wait till like Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern time and to show up at my formal launch time, right? I should have already by Saturday evening, I should already create the event, prepare audience, prepare the curiosity, prepare the feedback or whatever is like their expectation, right? Their curiosity, they want to, and also from how many people should interested, they will click either going or maybe, then you will see, oh, if this topic is really interesting, it's very like market will care, right? So you need that kind of preparation, both for your audience and also for yourself. Okay, not just only for your audience. You want to prepare your audience, right? You want to attract more people into your community or into your email list. You want people signing earlier, but at the same time, you also want to read those market feedback and response so that you could learn from it. All right. So that's the second part. And also, by the way, pre-launch also. A pre-launch, one of my mentors, he's multi-millionaires. He's teaching people how to create their 7 figures, right? How to get their let's say 6-figure or 7-figure launch. He's doing that, and one of his greatest strategies is at least I remember 10 days or 1 week, right? At least 1 week before his formal event time, and he will share with people some of his different topics, right? He sent emails and almost 1 or 2 days, a few days, let me see. He actually have quite a few weeks, almost 1 month, let's say 1 month preparation. Every week he has a new topic. The topic could be different, his outstanding speaking, video, get people to watch some of his video already, right? That kind of preparation. And then 1 or 2 will be specifically focused on his successful story, how his clients or students made that big transformations and make success already. Those ones are great preparation because you build up your credibility and build up people's your potential audience trust. For example, one of the strategies I use is I share earlier and invite people into my community, abundant entrepreneurs, because there I have thousands of people there already, right? So that's a part of your social proof and also credibility. All those ones that are preparation before you really go live and to show up and to deliver more formal teaching or content. All right, so this is a big part. All right, so this is the third one. And now, by the way, for the pre-launch, you need to decide. That's why previously you decide your determine the deadline, the date, right, for your formal launch, and then you decide when should be, for how long, what kind of time range should be your pre-launch. Either I mentioned, my mentor did that 1 month, or for some I know that Tony Robbins or Dean Grossassi, when they do live challenge for 5 days challenge, right? For example, they will be 2 or 3 months ahead to share all those kind of this challenge and the marketing things, get people into the community, and then 1 week, exactly 1 week ahead of their live challenge, they will do daily mini live video to get the momentum. Because previously, right, they just do weekly, maybe some posts, but then the 1 week before the live event, every day they will do a mini live challenge, a mini live video, to prepare people, to get that momentum up, to get that fuels up, to get people warmed up and get prepared. Okay, so super important that you need to learn all those kind of best practice and prepare for your launch as well. And depends on what kind of launch. Okay, different launch, big events, how long you should prepare, and we teach all those that in our program. Okay, and now number four mistake is momentums and energies through the launch. Now it's during the launch time, right? Now you finally get to the formal launch. The most maybe you're nervous and excited at the same time. and during this launch, how you could keep that momentum and energy. And every day, like it depends on how long, right? Sometimes it may be just 1 day event or just 1 or 2 hours of events. During that events, or sometimes it's 5 days challenge, right? Some people even do like this, 7 days or maybe 21 days or even 1 month of challenge. And by the way, I'm doing my 365 days challenge on my Instagram for my reading. So you need learn the strategies and best practice how to keep that momentum through the challenge range, right? How to keep that great energy as well, especially like the longer challenge or maybe the longer events you have, how you could keep every day that kind of like energy, and also every time you show up that there you have a high momentum, and how to create that momentum before your launch, right? Before you really present there during your life. So those ones are best practice as well. You need to learn and also practice, and also how to during that day. I remember Tony Robbins and me as well. We also have that kind of best practice. You need to build up your habits. That, for example, I have my morning abundance meditation and the evening before my sleep abundance meditation, a different format. And Tony Robbins has his priming, right? After his priming, he get into like a hot sauna and then like cold ice tubes plunge, right? So everyone has your different ones. And for example, me and both Tony Robbins now, we love to like jump on the jumbotron to, it's called trampoline, jump on it and get your energy. Especially I know that Tony Robbins, he has one at his backstage whenever he go live of his like live events, right? He always jump on there and get his blood circulation and also like excitement, right? Energy boost. So and also we have other routines to also keep our great energy. So you want to build up some like such kind of a routine, and also your great practice, right, to get your energy and maintain that momentum. And now the next one is number 5. The mistakes people are making for their launch is like they are not sharing enough cases and like social credibility stuff, and they focus more on the event or the content, the launch content itself, like what they want to teach, what kind of like a presentation or what kind of a workshop, right? What kind of like a seminar content itself, but they forgot like how much the cases and the social credibility improve is super important. And sometimes we did not put enough. Maybe you already thought about that, but we never put enough there. For example, sometimes I made that mistakes as well. I put some great big cases there, but still not enough. You need to also think about your social credibility, your like social proof, all those evidences, and especially how you can wave them at a different time, at the right time, right? At the right spot to introduce them. That can create the best energy and the best trust as well, okay? And including through your pre-launch and during launch and after launch, okay? And those different timing and how you should wave those cases and the social proof credibility things into it to strengthen people's trust and attraction to them, all right? So that's number 5. Now, number 6, this is definitely many people are making the big mistake. That is a thorough follow-up of the launch. Many of us, right, during launch, maybe not so many people show up, you will get so frustrated and disappointed. And after it, you just like, after you deliver the live content, the launch itself, right, you just feel like, it's like, so many people did not show up, and we did not have a good launch. You feel like you give the judgment that this is not a successful launch, it's a failure, whatever, and then you stop there. But the majority of people forgot that maybe over 80% of real results come from those follow-up, and not just even one-time follow-up. And this part I'm not doing very well as well, I would say. I'm learning that and improving that as well. So sometimes people are not showing up, enough people, right? For example, dozens of people sign up, they did, and then maybe just a few showed up. I feel like, I will feel frustrated. And later I forgot about those people who signed up but did not show up. That's a big actually scope of people, and they've already showed interest do not waste those resources, right? And you need to follow up to understand why they did not show up, or understand what they're still like concerned or maybe interested, and giving them a follow-up strategy, like a follow-up ways, give them more opportunities to access your results and access your content. For example, either you choose to give them a replay or not replay. For example, sometimes you want to give the people replay, but sometimes you may not. But even without the replay, how you could still get people engaged. So definitely you could send them for invitation. Or how come you missed, like we missed you missed our live and we missed you, right? And here is another opportunity. You could, for example, register for upcoming next one, the next live, or some other ways how you can engage with them, right? Or either you invite them to your community, or invite them to do what other, just like a call to action, right? You need to have that further engagement. And also maybe you can hear like a last mistake we mentioned, right? Maybe you should weave in your case studies and social proof things, like give people some confidence or trust that they want to take further action because they already missed it, and how to keep that kind of momentum and also that energy back, right? So that's like this number 6 is super important, a follow-up part. And how to still keep them they are in your list, right? You still have like every week should have some nurturing things. And like, for example, every week I have at least 1 or 2 emails to keep people in the loop and share with them, for example, my Momentum Monday, my replay, and my live event on Thursday, and other things, inspiration things, right? So you want to keep people warm in your, like warmed up, right? Or like feel like connected in your community, and prepare them for the next one, for the next right, but also for the launch itself, you want to follow up for those specific registered people and share with them if they missed, how could they make up, all right? So, and also for those ones who attended, you also need to follow up and how to, if they did not make decision for example, they attended your events, but they did not make decision on site, how you can provide the opportunity for them to make like a further decision. Maybe they make the decision later, right? Or give them some promotions, give them some great benefits, give them some like good reasons for them to, like we call it irresistible offer, right? To make that decision. All right. So that's number 6. Now, the last one. Of course, this is not the last one mistake, right? This is definite top mistakes. Okay, number 7. Many people, even though you know the first 6, I guarantee many of you did not really notice this much about this number 7, and not so many people are talking about this part. Number 7 is definitely the mistake. Is majority of people are not, once they designed their launch, right? It's like a project, and they're so professional, they just keep it like that way. But they are, even though maybe they change it later, but how many of you are really like be open and be flexible to change it on the spot, on site, even during the launch, right? So maybe not so many people. Okay, so this number 7 mistake is not be flexible and not updating or according to the changes, according to, for example, this is exactly like what we talked about when we were saying, let's say, which one? The previous mistake. That testing one. Okay, number 2, right? Number 2, remember perfectionist? Perfectionist, we talked about our professionalism. We talked about do not be like so professional or perfect. You need test. You need 80% of time test the market, right? And to say if your offer or if your whatever marketing you're doing, if it's working, get the feedback, right? And then the number 7 mistake is like if you are not doing. You should, once you test, you need to make adjustment, right? And even though you've already launched, during the launch, and if you see people's feedback, and you could adjust it right away. I remember, it's very interesting. I remember last time I was launching a launch, right? I was launching like how to teach people how to launch their online business. And some clients give me like feedback during the live events, during the launch itself. And I did some adjustment immediately, okay? Some adjustment you can do. For example, the features. Even you could add some features right away during the live conversation or the events. When you know people's interests, right, adjust it. And also, sometimes it's about the fulfillment way. right? Maybe initially you designed to be fulfilled through like Zoom in a group, or some people they want to be private. You can adjust immediate to private, and for example, initially your pricing is for group price, and now it's like private client. You can adjust immediately. Oh, I have this kind of offer as well too, but for your specific needs, I could customize for you, and you can pay this and in what kind of a term, right? In how many times? You are just like designing your offer right on the spot while you are in your launch, right? You adjust it and change it. And for example, for payment as well. Initially, you design this kind of payment. You want people to pay one time, right? But some people, they have the financial challenge. They want to be like installment. And I give that adjustment right on the spot and close the deal, right? So you need to be flexible. Not just before or after, but even during the launch itself, right? During the live, through the conversation, through the connections, through your understanding of your potential clients, you are ready to be flexible and adjust, okay? And customize for them. I am in the coaching industry, right? And so I'm not selling specific like a hard products, even though some people you may say, oh, I'm not serving like a service-based like a program. I'm selling products, like physical products. Let me tell you how you could also adjust that. You may not change the physical product specifically, right? You cannot change the product immediately, but you can change your offer. You can adjust your offer. The offer is not just the physical product itself. The offer means, by the way, nowadays physical products or like any kind of like a tangible stuff will be more and more cheap in the future. What really like be more like expensive and really valuable will be our intangible services. Okay, and now especially like AI technology, right? It's on this hot trend. In the future, more and more like labors or like physical products will be cheaper, but the services, intelligent and creative services, will be more expensive and valuable. Okay, so you around that any physical even products, you could think about this offer, the package. Think about package, okay? Around that product, what kind of services you can provide, and similarly, okay, like the features of the services you can provide, the fulfillment ways, the payment ways, everything related to it, you could customize it. All right, so there's no limitation for your flexibility and adjustment and also customization. All right, so far I summarized those numbers, those top seven big mistakes people can make, right? The number one, quickly we have a summary, okay? Too long waiting, no destined deadline, and also did not book on your calendar. And number two is professionalism and also professionalism. Number three is like no pre-launch preparation of your audience curiosity, the trust and expectation. Number four is like a moment, how to maintain, like they could not maintain that momentum and energy through the launch. And number five is like did not leverage enough of cases and social proof and credibility in your launch, right? From a pre-launch, through launch, and after launch, okay? And number six is no thorough follow-up after launch, follow-up process, okay, follow-up strategies. Number seven is not flexible and update according to the changes, according to like your customer's specific situations to customize your offers. All right, so that's totally seven. I would be curious to learn about you, which those launch mistakes you're still making, and which ones gave you the biggest inspirations, aha moments, that what's your best takeaway, where you like choose at least one or two, right, areas you could improve. Of course you can choose all the seven. I know many of us, we can include myself, could still improve on all those seven areas. Okay, so while I'm sharing with you, teaching you, I'm also learning at the same time as well to improve myself and my practice as well. So I will look forward to listening from you. And by the way, at the end of every teaching, right, we do not want just to limit our learning or practice from today's teaching, because there's definitely we have a best ways you can learn through our in-depth teaching. So if you feel like today is already valuable, think about if you can spend more, just a few more weeks staying with us and learn from all this in and outs and best practice and strategies, especially the implementation part, right? All the knowledge could be like, oh, maybe I know this, I know that, but how you are implementing it, that's super more important, right? And the majority of people lose from this part. Majority of people lose or quit during the implementation and all the strategies, how to use that and how the accountability, right? And no negotiating with yourself, how to really generate the results, and especially step by step build up the milestones. All right, so that's the where you definitely need some like someone experienced, like also someone has the strategy and also has the wisdom and knowledge and experience to hold you accountable, to guide you, to support you, lift you up, and also say your what you could not say, your blind spots, right? Help you find your blind spots, and at the same time lift you up to pursue your ultimate vision, and to help you to implement a step-by-step milestone. And I'm super happy that now our clients, who already joined our program before, right? They had a great successful launch in some weeks, and also especially what they changed themselves changed, okay? As a person, their mindset, their vision, their awareness about themselves, their discovery about themselves, and the whole like habits, even the habits change. All those things will not just benefit those weeks, will not just benefit your next launch, but benefit the rest of your life. All right, so that's the best we can boast to provide. I'm super happy that we will share with you. By the way, you can see our successful testimonials and successful cases from our website as well. I will share with you the link, invite you to join our the Thursday live event for free. Okay, the best part is for free. It's how to launch your profitable and impactful online business. We will see you there. Okay, make sure that you will, like, once you find this link under my video, sign in right away, because you do not want to miss this great opportunity. And the best part is free, okay? But at the same time, it's just like today, we always deliver the value. We focus on the value, and what we care the most is your success, because that's fulfill our purpose and our mission here, to help you become a successful person and also the best version that could impact many others as the thought leader in your ideal niche. All right, we will see you on Thursday. Everyone, take good care and have a wonderful week. Keep this momentum on. Okay, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.